Okay, hi guys, welcome back to the Audio Levels channel and welcome back to another review. This is the TinHifi T3 Plus. It is a budget earphone and this one deserves your consideration because it's pretty good. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. This is the Audio Levels channel. We do tons of comparisons, we have tons of reference points, and yeah, this channel is growing like crazy, so please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm not going to waste your time. Let's go straight into this. So I managed to trash the outer box of this earphone when I got it. I opened it up in haste, had a look at it, then threw it away in the trash and then started doing the listening test. So I've repackaged it as best as I can, but you're going to have to bear with me because the outer sleeve is missing. The inner sleeve is really nice, really high quality for an earphone. Let's talk about price first. It is $79 usually, and I think it's really good value at that $79. But if you're watching this in 2021 in the run up to Black Friday and Cyber Monday, Linsol actually have a sale on just now and they have $10 off this earphone. So about 12% off the earphone, and it's brand new, so it's just hit the market and they're giving you $10 off. With that $10, I strongly advise you to go and buy this cable. The cable on this isn't great, so I'm going to tell you, strongly advise you to go. If you're picking these up at Linsol, Linsol also have a sale on a cable called the TRIBRID Zoni. It's about $15 and it'll completely transform these earphones. Well worth the investment. So pick these up at Linsol, you're getting $10 off. Spend an extra $15 on the aftermarket cable, and you kind of end up like just $4 or $5 over the price you were going to pay already. So let's go ahead and open it up for $79 or $69. For $69, I'm a child. For $69 over this holiday, you're getting really nice packaging. This a sort of over the top. I would be quite happy if it just came in a crappy little KZ box. But yeah, a little bit extra effort. Where I wish they'd spent the more money done on this box, let's put this up here, nice little presentation, there we go, is to have replaced this awful little generic carry case or carry bag with an actual generic carry case. These things cost less than $1 for these companies, so why not throw it in the box instead of all this extra packaging? Anyway, it is what it is. You get a little carry pouch to stop them tangling up in your bag, I guess. You get the user manual, which if you don't know how to use earphones, you'd probably have been missing out a lot on life. This is how they come presented in the box. I've done the best job as possible to put the earphones back in, but I didn't spend any time trying to put the cable back together. The cable is trash, like real trash. It's a bad cable. It's very microphonic. It is a dual twist, a quad twist with dual twist after the splitter. It is extremely small gauge. It is horrible to use. It kinks, it deforms. You can see here where the braid is kind of tight and then it's kind of loose where it's been folded in the box. It's trash. It's trash. They've got good hardware on it. They've got a 3.5mm jack, straight jack with metal hardware on it. They've got a metal splitter. There you go, metal splitter and a metal slider. But it's just a horrible tangle-prone cable that would be worthy of campfire audio or inclusion in a KZ box. Yes, campfire audio cables are that bad. Let's wrap it up and put it to the side because I don't want to look at it anymore. Look at how horribly that starts to deform and move and tangle itself. Strongly advise you to pick up that Zoni cable because it's really worth it. What I do like is the included extras in the box. So you get a good selection of different size silicone tips with one size of foam tips there, and then you get these red tips which are actually really nice. I've been impressed with those, and those are the ones that I kind of settled on and decided to use. So let's go ahead and take the earphones back out, which I remember was a pain in the backside the first time I did it, and I'm assuming it's going to be just as bad this time around. There we go. Yes. There's just no way to take this foam out, so you've got to kind of pry the earphones out. Now, once we get through all that, the accessories and so on, which I think the accessories are fair enough for the price point. This isn't a bad cable for well, it is. It's a trash cable. It's a bad cable, whatever way you want to look at it. I've seen better TinHifi cables at this price point. The earphones, however, are gorgeous. Stunning looking little resin shell body things with the little swirl, the tastefully done TinHifi logo, which is not too over the top. Stunning gold to match the nozzles. Nozzles are quite wide bore on this one. It has a 10mm LCP, I think that's liquid crystal polymer driver on the inside of it, and it sits very far forward. I don't know if it's picking it up on the camera. There you go. That's the driver sitting in there, guys. So there's not much in the rest of the earphone. It is a very impressive looking earphone for the money. For example, if we go up to about $100, we have the Linso Legacy, The Audio Legacy 2, and these are nicely designed earphone as well. Very similar sort of design to them. The only thing is I actually prefer these metal nozzles just because I think it provides a little bit of safety. If you were to drop it, resin is more likely to crack and splinter, whereas this should be just fine. Other earphones to consider, we'll bring this one out. This is to have the second one sitting in this pile. I do not, but this is the main one we're going to compare it to. This is the The Audio, no, this is not the The Audio, this is the Moondrop Aria, maybe the Moondrop Aria Mark II, I don't know what they're calling it today. This is a really good earphone, we'll talk about that in a second when we come to comparisons. This earphone, very well made, looks great, and the fit is extremely comfortable. If you've got medium or large ears, it's got quite a medium deep insertion depth, and it's quite small on the width of the body, although it does have some depth to it there. I found it very comfortable with medium sized ears. Let's get into the sound. The sound is really quite good. I've seen a few of these LCP diaphragm earphones in the past couple of months popping up, and by all intents they are really quite good. Whatever the liquid crystal polymer does is, I assume it hardens the driver. It makes it a little bit stiffer, so it makes a little bit less distortion across the driver surface. And you can definitely hear that this is a high quality driver, dynamic driver for the price. It is very composed on the low end, and I think that's where this stands out. It has good quality, good quantity sub bass. It's not an overly bass head earphone, but it is leaning towards that direction. It also has quite a tight and dynamic mid bass. So the resonation and the detail on the mid bass is slightly higher than what you would find from a non-LCP driver or a cheaper dynamic driver earphone, for example. The overall presentation is very smooth and natural sounding. There's not too much of a hump going from the bass into the mid-range and then back up to the treble. The upper mid-range is pushed a little bit, and as is the treble, so it gives it quite a good amount of energy, and it gives it a good amount of sound space, spacing and distance. Detail retrieval not absolutely incredible, but again, you're looking at something under $100. If you're looking at about that $100 price range, again, go to the links in the description down below, and I'll leave a link to the Duno SA3. That's going to have way more detail. It's a 3 balanced armature earphone, a triple balanced armature, and they've got that on for $99 right now. It's a stunning deal. Really, like a big discount on that, and it gives stunning resolution in terms of that. This gives adequate detail. It gives a nice sparkle to the top end, and it has a good thumpy bass. I think it's got a lot of clarity to it for something in this price point, and it's just a very pleasant to listen to earphone. It has some audiophile qualities to it, and then it has just an overall pleasing, refined tuning to it. I'm not going to get overly hyped about this because there is a lot of very good earphones in this price point, especially with the sales on just now, and one of those is going to be, of course, the Moondrop Aria. The difference in this is obviously the shell on it is fantastic. It is a metal body, it's very comfortable, very well made earphone, and it looks great as well with that design on the outside. I would also say that the cable, while not great, the cord cable that comes with the Aria is definitely a big step up from this, and they are at a similar sort of price point. The detail retrieval or resolution I found on the Aria to be better for most genres. The biggest separator I would say would be in the upper mid-range and the treble, where the Aria sort of follows a more muted response and a more level, balanced playing field going from the bass to the mid-range to the treble. It's not as prominent in the treble as I found the blondes, not blondes, the TinHiFis to be. So really, in terms of if you like more bass, I would definitely pick up this one. If you like a more flatter signature and a little bit more detail, then I would pick up the Aria. Both excellent earphones, and it really is testament, guys. Like, if you grab that $15 cable that I'm talking about down in the description below, you're really stepping that up into a nice earphone with a nice cable. It's very easy to drive it. I didn't have any problems driving it out of a phone. No need for something like a little DAC or a DAP or something like that, and it doesn't really scale up with it either, whereas the Aria, I suppose, scales a little bit better depending on your source. But this is just a well-rounded, gorgeous looking, well-made, excellent value for money earphone that I am more than happy to recommend. So with that said, guys, TinHifi T3 Plus, I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you on the next review tomorrow.